is up, guys? Welcome back to Rob Squad Reactions with your boy Jay.
And your girl Amber.
We are back today with another amazing reaction video suggested by you guys, our amazing subscribers. But real quick, if you are new to the channel, hey, make sure to smash the subscribe button down below and hit the post notification bell because we drop videos
every single day.
Every single day. Not once, not twice, but 3 times a day. And if you hit that bell, you will never miss a video. Guys, we've had people tell us we have to see this because the person it's about, we absolutely adore, and it's one of our favorite artists. Mama, take it away and tell them what we got.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones, our boy right up here.
We're going to learn a little bit more about Tom Jones.
Tom
Jones.
Yes, we're about to dive into this little interview, and we're about to learn a little more about our boy, Tommy Jones. Let's get into it. Super excited for this. But let's go ahead and check it out.
Tom Jones on breaking into music and rise to stardom. Look.
Hey, Oklahoma
City. That's strange. Wait.
Why would it be Oklahoma City, though?
I don't know.
Tom Jones in Oklahoma City? Oh, let's find out.
Tom Jones, make that Sir Tom Jones, has sold more than 100 million records over his remarkable 6-decade career. In his new memoir, Over the Top and Back,
look at him now.
Jones recounts how he rose from his roots in the coal fields of Wales to become an international singing star and honorary Knight of the Realm. Sir Tom, who's now 75, shared some of those stories with me recently at Avatar Studios here in New York. You really kind of wanted to be a white Wilson Pickett.
Yeah. And I met Otis Redding, and he said to me, man, you know, he said, we all try to do what you do, meaning the soul singers.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm trying to do what you
do.
What you do.
Tom Jones was 24 when he left Wales and moved to London to break into music. Within a year, he had a #1 hit.
The first time you heard It's Not Unusual, you knew it was something for you.
Yes. I said, I have to have this song. I've got to have it.
The problem was that Jones...
Hold on. So, we haven't reacted to that one yet.
No. Okay, so we haven't done It's Not Unusual yet because I am a huge Fresh Prince fan. Once you guys told me that that was the Carlton song, the usual, I can't react to that because I didn't know it was by Tom Jones, but I've heard it when Carlton dances on Fresh Prince.
Yes,
that's the song you hear.
I did not realize Tom Jones sang the car. I mean, we
and
know it as the Carlton song. It's the Tom Jones song.
But yeah. So that's why I can't.
Legendary.
Yeah.
Tom Jones really is the man. Like the Carlton song is Tom Jones. It's crazy.
And then at the beginning of the interview, he said, "You really wanted to be the next Wilson Pickett." Who is that?
Yeah, we don't know who Wilson Pickett is.
Yeah. Okay, you can press play.
I'm so shook that the Carlton song is Tom Jones.
It's not unusual to be loved by you.
We may have to react to him doing that live.
Yeah, that'd be
even
fun.
though we've heard it.
Even though we've heard it.
But,
yeah.
you know, we've only heard that little snippet of it, though. We haven't heard the actual full song, so we can still react to it. But let's go and get back to it.
Manager, Gordon Mills, who co-wrote the song, wanted to give it to another singer. But Jones was told he could record the demo.
And Gordon said, oh, I can write 1 million of those. He never did. He never wrote another one like that.
But when that other singer, Sandy Shaw, turned down the tune, Jones got his chance.
Peter Sullivan, who was my recording manager, he said, we got to rough this up. You know what I mean? You got to rip into it. Because the demo was like, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. You know, it was like that.
Yeah.
You know, like a... So we had to have something to go bap, ba-dap, you know, and Les said, what about brass? So that was that. But it's still it's the most important record to me.
His next hit would be the theme song to a Woody Allen film, written by Burt Bacharach.
The first time you heard What's New, Pussycat?
Oh, see, there's another one we haven't
What's
reacted.
new, Pussycat? Is that it?
I don't know. I've never heard it.
I feel like I just look so silly if I sang it and it's not it.
You just sing the words and you just put a tune in your
Put a beat to it?
You just put a tune in your
head.
head.
I got it.
Yeah, obviously there's another Tom Jones song we're gonna have to check out.
Yeah, because honestly, that's one that I'm really not.
What's New, Pussy?
That's where I'm really not sure on. And
Girl, you just acted like you knew it the way you just
I thought
popped
I
off.
did, and then when you looked at me so silly, I was like, wait a minute, I maybe Maybe
Hey,
I
you
don't.
just sang it like you've heard it 10 times
But
or more.
I could be right. Like it could just be something that I know like the chorus.
Drop
to.
down in the comments,
But
let
I was
us know.
positive, and then when you looked at me silly, I was like, wait a minute. Like you made me second guess myself.
Drop down in the comments. Let us know. Is she right?
What did you think?
I thought he was joking. I thought that Burt Bacharach was joking with me because I mean it's really strange melody.
Yeah.
Even today, if you hear it ding 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 bam ding 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 bam ding ding, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was 25 then, and I thought, what is this? He said, this is not a rhythm and blues song. You know, I said, I know that. And he said,
A string of hits through the 60s made him a star. But it was the ABC TV series, This Is Tom
We've seen
Jones,
this.
that made him a household name.
Is This Is Tom Jones really what kind of turned you into a sex symbol?
I think I was a sex symbol as soon as I started singing.
Do women still throw underwear at you?
Hey,
Hold up. This man said I was a sex symbol as soon as I started singing.
Tom got that confidence, baby.
Man, he
Hey,
really just
hey,
came and said
hey,
that.
Look at my dog up there. He got that confidence. Hey, he
said
knew he had it. He had
I
it.
was a sex symbol the moment I started singing. He said, come correct. Like, it was when I opened my mouth to sing. Rewind it just a little
But
bit.
that clip they showed, that was one where we seen
We've
him
seen it when he was kissing women.
all the ladies,
making
and broke
their
out
whole
in that
day.
crazy dance.
Do women still throw underwear at you?
No, not like, you know, I mean, it started in the Copacabana in New York.
It did. That's where it started?
In 68, yeah.
Yeah.
They were handing me table napkins, and this woman stood up and, you know, just handing them to me like this. So, I didn't miss a beat. I said, well, you don't catch cold, you know, and like that. You know, you got to sort of roll with it, you know what I mean?
Yes, you do.
But it was written up in the newspaper, you see.
yeah.
It backfired. That
How?
one. Well, because I wasn't being taken seriously as a singer.
Yeah.
They saw that more than they heard what I was singing.
At one point, you got opposite advice from Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Elvis listened to Jones' records, but didn't like an album of standards he released.
He said, Tom, we don't go there. He said, we leave that to Frank. Right? We. But he said we.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow. You know,
What does
Elvis
it
is like-
mean?
Putting me in the same.
yeah, exactly. So
He said there's standards that we don't go to. We leave that to Frank.
So drop down in the comments. Let us know what exactly is he talking about. We leave that. Was Frank a sex symbol?
No, I don't know. I told you guys there's something about that Frank that I can't put my finger on.
And then we talked about that in our today or yesterday's video, and it was crazy because a bunch of people dropped down in comments and like Frank supposedly had ties with the Chicago mob, but he always denied it.
Yeah, well, maybe when he was talking about we have our standards, we leave that to Frank. Maybe he's talking about the Delilah song we reacted to.
Oh, I forgot about the Delilah
I'm just
song.
playing, guys. I'm just playing. Don't take me too serious.
exactly. So that was a big compliment to me. And then, you know, I'd be talking to Frank Sinatra and at the Galleria bar, having a few, you know,
Yeah.
in Caesar's Palace, and he'd say, you know, you got a great jazz voice, Tom. You know, leave that pop stuff alone. You know, you got to come with me.
That's what he meant.
And I said, Frank, I love it all. I do.
That's obviously worked for you, but sometimes
get
it's
it
probably
now.
worked against you too because people don't know where to put you.
Exactly. That's the problem. I always used to think that my versatility would be an asset.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, people say, well, what is Tom Jones?
Yeah.
You know, I'm not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Do you want to be?
I would like to be, yeah.
You should be.
Because
Absolutely.
I'm basically, you know, a 50s rock and roll singer.
Yeah.
I'm upset.
Yeah. Tom Jones should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Put him in the. If he's still not in there,
Disrespectful.
that's disrespectful. I don't know.
He may not be in the hall yet,
No.
but since 2006, Sir Tom Jones
Sir.
has been a member of an even more exclusive club.
You got a knighthood,
Yeah.
which I know means a lot to you.
Oh, yeah. You know, when you kneel there and the Queen puts that sword on your shoulders, I mean, that was unbelievable to me. That was something that I never dreamed of in my wildest dreams, that I would become a knight.
Okay,
cool.
I'm sorry. I'm going to pause it again. So Elton John was knighted.
Yes.
Tom Jones was knighted.
Who else was knighted?
I don't know, but I'm wondering why is that a thing, you know, for these
Like
musicians.
the famous people from the UK, like once you hit a certain like status, do you?
Yeah,
just
that's
get
what I'm
knighted?
wondering. Like, what's the
What's
what
the
gets you
status
there?
quo or
Yeah,
whatever it
what
is
gets
to
you
be
there?
knighted or to be knighted?
Oh, that was the
That was
end.
maybe one of the most fun half hours I've ever spent because the stories are unbelievable. First of all, the book, which is called Over the Top and Back Now, which is on sale, it's a great read. It's really well written. It's a
Really?
ton
I
of
didn't know
fun.
he had a book.
He's also
We're gonna have
released
to get
a record,
that book.
kind of a companion record called Long Lost Suitcase with it. As you can see, he's in great shape. He's in great form. He looks terrific, and he still sounds terrific.
I know if he's sharing stories about panties on air with you, I can't wait to hear what else he talks about in the memoir.
You know, it's like so many great stories in this book, including the fact that he was offered My Way. Paul Anka, who wrote My Way, actually suggested to him that he should try it.
Frank.
But he said there's one problem. That I've offered to another singer first, Frank Sinatra, who.
Yeah, he wasn't getting it from Frank.
Okay, all right.
But could you imagine Tom singing "My Way"?
I would like to hear it.
Yeah, I would love to hear that. But it's so cool, like in this, seeing, Tom had a really good relationship with Elvis, with
I
Frank.
know. Like, can you just
sitting at the
imagine
bar having some drinks with Frank?
seeing them sitting at the bar? That's like, I would pass out.
Like once in a
You always see me like
millions
fall
of
off the back of the bar
what?
stool. Like, this is not real.
That's one of those you walk in, you're like, you stop. Like, you're touching yourself, like, is this real? Like, what?
Like, can you imagine Tom Jones' life to be able to say, like, I was friends with Elvis
And
Frank Sinatra? What?
That's absolutely crazy.
Right.
Absolutely crazy.
Okay, and I have to say, I'm really excited that we did this interview. I think I want to keep doing them. Because this interview, okay, it's the first one, Dolly Parton one, they didn't give me a lot of info.
Right.
And I didn't know what I was getting into when I picked the interview because I haven't watched it before.
Right.
This was a great interview.
A great interview.
Like, we learned a little bit. We learned a lot more about Tom and got to see him when he was older.
Right.
And, like, it brought up so many more questions for us. And we're even more intrigued by Tom if that's even possible. But
that's impossible.
I think that the interviews, this one kind of set the tone for me wanting to do it more.
Guys, hey, thank you so much for the suggestion of this interview. You guys have suggested a couple more that we're definitely going to get
Elvis
into.
in the Black Community was one that I
Elvis in the Black Community. They wanted me to do an interview over Barry. So we got more to come. So thank you guys so much for tuning back in. As we always send you out here, we love you. We thank you. We appreciate you. Remember, every day you're blessed. And for you new subscribers, you got a goal every single day. Mama, remind them of that goal.
Make somebody smile.
Just make somebody smile, and we'll see y'all later.